Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to our world. Welcome to Pico Explains. Your fiery, curly redhead here with my lovely decorations in the background, along with.
Welcome, everybody. Pico here, obviously. And welcome, and thank you very much for watching our segment today, our show. As you know, today is the smoking lounge session. And what we do is we talk about what's been going on with us for the week. Sorry, excuse me, I had something stuck in my throat. And we just shoot the breeze. We let you guys know what we've been up to. We do this, once a week on Fridays. And so if you got them, smoke them.
I will. I'll be back in a minute, guys.
And
He's like, wait, what?
I was all like, huh?
Huh?
All right. So, as you know, we're always pushing the fact that if you have any questions or anything like that on our email at Pico Explains with a single S at gmail.com, you can ask us questions, anything like that. Now, the way this works is automatically, if you don't request that we, say your name, then we're not going to do it because we are. Even though, we do what we do, we respect, your privacy. So
Yeah.
we're not gonna, mention your name or anything like that unless you specifically say so. So right now we've got three questions for me. So whenever you're ready, Audrey, go on ahead.
Okay. The first question is from Shelly, not anonymous.
Okay.
She asked if you've been blind since birth. If not, how long have you been blind?
Okay, I get this question asked a lot, and which is fine. I've got no problem, answering it because hey, you want to know. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I get hit with that all the time. Now I lost my sight in 2018, so it wasn't like very long. I wasn't born blind,
Yeah.
So um, without getting too specific, my optic nerves were damaged,
Yeah.
and that's how I lost my sight. And
I'm going to go a little bit into it.
mhm.
The optic nerve is just like your spinal cord. If someone has a damaged spinal cord, the nerves are so intricate that if you're paralyzed from your spinal cord, that's it. Same thing with the optic nerve. It's
Mhm.
just so intricate that they don't have the technology to be able to fix it.
Yeah, so it's not like you can have surgery and have a new eyeball put in there and everything works.
we've
That's
we've
not that's
we've
not how
we've looked.
that's not how it works. Unfortunately, and but it is what it is. You go on and you move on and you do what you got to do in life. But again, I have no problem answering a question like that. Several times because people are curious.
Yeah.
As long as the question is constructive and respectful, I've got no problem with that. Okay.
Okay. The second one is how come we haven't been doing cooking with Picos, the segments anymore?
Now, I haven't been doing cooking with Pico because what happens here, if anybody knows, when they do a podcast or they do their own shows and stuff like that, it's all about the algorithm. Okay, and this includes Facebook and YouTube. Um, we do comedy sketches,
Yeah.
so we're comedians. Okay, so we have to constantly keep pumping out, that
Material.
that material, that line of work.
Oh,
And so if you start throwing different other types of material in there, what it does is it throws the algorithm off. Okay, it's just like throwing a wrench, in a bunch of gears, something like that. It's just going to throw it off. And the algorithm, what it does is when you throw something like that, then it kind of like starts you over
yeah.
from what you've built.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not that we don't want to, it's just that it's not gonna help us in the long run. Now we don't have a problem doing it. Me and Audrey actually like doing
Yeah.
the cooking with Pico. It's just that we just got a lot on our plate right now, and I don't want to put a lot of, excess, weight on Audrey right now because she does the school full time. She's working on her master's, and then she's, 100%, supporting, what we're doing. I only have this show because of Audrey.
And he's a full time job in himself because he's
Yeah,
a pain in my butt,
yeah,
but I love him.
and I'm a pain, in the ass big time. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
But if we get a lot of feedback in the future later on for it, emails, comments, stuff like that, there could be a good chance that we'll just open just a channel just for the cooking
Yeah,
part of it.
because we both enjoy the cooking. We
Hmm.
enjoy doing it. So
Yeah, and then along with Odd Pick, where that's going to take up a lot of our time,
yeah.
and What's the next question there?
The last one referred to the video of take a shower and told you to take a shower. Anonymous. I'm not anonymous. I told him to take a shower.
Yeah. You know what?
Look, he did it, guys. He
Yeah, I'm
listened.
you know, we've gotten a lot of responses from that. People are just laughing, you know, their butts off, and they're saying, "Yeah, you know, my husband is the same way, or my wife is the same with my kids," you know, and you know, we love that. We got a lot of good feedback from that, and you know, we're normal just like everybody else.
People can relate to it.
People can relate to it, so they're laughing their butts off. We were laughing our butts off. You know what I mean? And you know, quite honestly, it was just one of those days.
He was just being grouchy.
I was just being grouchy.
And he's like, I'm not going anywhere. Why do I have to take a shower? Because I can smell you, honey. You need No, he didn't stink. He was just a grease ball. He was just oily.
But your curiosity, after the video was uploaded, like within that hour, it was just one of those. It was just one of those days with me where I was just being difficult with Audrey.
Right, but that me and Gina were talking. Me and his ex-wife were talking.
Yeah,
he was on the phone, and I was like, "Oh my god, his hair was like a grease ball." And she's like, "Have you seen his nose and his forehead?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah, Gina was my ex-wife. Gina was and she's one of my best friends. So that you know. I don't have a problem with Eugenia saying things like that or even having these conversations with her. We don't, you know, because in truth, you know, life is too short, guys.
Yeah, we were sitting there trash talking to him. He's like, you guys, I'm sitting right here. And?
Yeah, just you're like, oh my God, Audrey, did you see that his nose and his forehead gets greasy?
His pores. His pores are
and then his pores. Oh my God. And especially with that long hair, Audrey. If I was there, I would have made him take a shower.
Use him like a mop. I'd use him like a mop.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm just sitting there with the speaker on the phone. So she was telling me, you know, she's just like, you know, she's like, you know, running me through it and kicking my ass about it. And she's just like, oh my God, you know, oh my God.
Rightfully so.
So seriously, when it comes down to it, it was fun and all and everything. But, you know, I'm not like that. I'm not gross.
No, okay? He was funkified for like a day. He's like, I'll take a shower tomorrow morning. Take one tonight. And no, he was refusing. He was being a butthead, but yeah, he did.
So anyways, that ends that. Okay, Audrey, do you just want to finish up on our last segment here?
Oh, okay. So yeah, that was we got a little story, guys, and I'll put photos up. We were going to the other side of town in El Paso, Texas. And if we go to the other side of town, there's one thing I'm going to get that I won't drive out of my way for. Mm-hmm. But if we're over there, I'm getting my Chicos tacos. Yep. And he's like, don't even get me anything. He's like, last time you got me something. And he's like, I didn't want it. I was like, yeah, more for me, honey.
Yeah, she's always been a big fan of Chicos tacos.
I grew up on it.
Yeah. And, you know, personally, it's nothing against it. You know, I just didn't grow up on it.
Yeah, he doesn't see the fascination. But I come out with my little box with the sauce on the side. And he knew I got fries because you have to get fries from Chico's. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, is this a fries? And he opens the bag as I'm driving, sticks his hand in. What the hell is this? And again, I'll put the photo up here, guys. It's a bag of cheese.
Yeah, and this is something I didn't know about. You know, I literally, people, look at me right now. Look at me right now. They give you this like loaf-sized bag of cheese. You know, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? And I thought I knew everything about Chico's tacos, but I did not know that. It's seriously, it's like if you go to the supermarket, you know what I mean? And they grind up a bunch of fucking cheese for you. And this is how much cheese she had.
That's not enough, guys, either.
Yeah. So I was surprised about that.
All right. And I was like, cheese? And he's like, are you kidding me? That's why you wanted to go. That's half the reason, yes. But
yeah, but that's just one of the things that we do when we're
but what
in
did we
that
get?
area.
What did we get instead for him? We got a freaking McDonald's Filet-O-Fish. He's like, there's cheese on it.
She's just not a seafood person, but all right, folks. Well, this is the end of the Smoking Lounge, and as you know, Audrey, if you just want to close us out here,
absolutely. Again, you all can reach us and send us your questions and comments to Pico Explains with 1S at gmail.com. Thank you, Shelly, for your comment, and for the others, the anonymous ones. But you all can reach us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Pico Explains. Again, 1S. No Himalayan Pico going on over here.
Mm-mm.
But we're not going to talk about that. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother
Yeah,
episode.
I don't need to let that individual know that it's bothering me. I'm like,
Right, almost out of the way. But yes, if you all will like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow, we really appreciate it,
yeah,
guys.
most definitely. And thank you all very much, for watching us, doing what you guys are doing. Be good to one another, be good to your pets, and we'll see you again.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Time for more cheese.